So today we are going to be talking all about social media. So I'm going to tell you guys what I use, what platforms, how many times I post, what tips have worked for me. So if that's something you guys are interested in, then please keep on watching. Okay, so to start off, I mainly use, well, not mainly because there's a lot of them. So I use Instagram, I use TikTok, I use Pinterest on and off. What else? I use email, an email service. And I guess that also counts as like a text messaging service as well. Facebook. I have YouTube. Email is not really social media, but I feel like social media is all about marketing, so I'm gonna share my email tips here too. So let's start off with Pinterest. So Pinterest, I have slowed down in what I've pinned, but I'm gonna get back to it because at one point I had 1 million monthly views there, which is really good. At first, I only had an Etsy. I didn't have my own website. And the thing with that is that Etsy, you'll be taking them to an Etsy platform, and Etsy is a whole bunch of makers. So even though they clicked on my nails, it could take them and they could, get distracted and go to somewhere else. So my engagement, my audience, my pull is now going to other places, which is fine. It's just that it takes a lot of effort to pin and be on top of everything, and then to lose that potential customer or just someone who's going to engage with your content. So that kind of sucks a little bit. So I stopped pinning for a while. Then once I got my website, after a while, I started it back up. And the one tip with everything that I'm going to tell you guys, I literally get so hooked and obsessive when I'm trying to learn something. So I go straight to YouTube. I search everything I can, how to grow, how to pin, what apps to use, how to do it. So I went to YouTube. And what I learned was, from Pinterest, I definitely recommend the app called Tailwind. So I will put the app thing here. It is called Tailwind. And what that does is you're able to schedule all of your pins. Your pins would be all of your listings on your website. I kind of stopped doing the Etsy thing, like I said, because it would take them to my Etsy where there's a lot more makers, whereas in my website, it's just my website and more of my listings and my product. So all of your listings on your website, you can pin all of your Instagram posts. If you have, Facebook, you can pin there too. You can pin your Twitter, stuff like that. But for me, what I pin is my website, I pin my Instagram, and now that I have TikTok, I will start pinning my TikTok videos. And I could do a separate video on how to use Tailwind. If you guys would like, leave that down below and I would gladly do it. Tailwind, it is a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get the hang of it and how to pin, then all you do is select anything you're listing that you're going to pin, and then you are going to create a whole bunch of boards. That is the number one key thing with Pinterest, is to create a whole bunch of boards. So let's just say an example would be, let me just pull up one of my nail sets, okay? Let's just say this one, and this one is called Clandestine. Okay, let's say I want to pin this one. Well, if I look at it, that is long nails, that is snake print, that is pink nails, that is rhinestone nails, that is what else can I put? Press-on nails, stiletto nails, summer nails, spring nails. So I would just think of everything that would encompass this particular listing, this particular set, and I will pin it to every single one. Every single one, because remember guys, do not just pin to one board. Don't just have press on nails. Don't just have one, have so many. This is the thing, the number one key thing I learned by all my research, is to have as many boards as you can possibly think of. Now these I I don't categorize them as wedding nails, but for example, I have a board that's wedding nails. I have a board that's bridesmaid nails, so that whenever I have a particular design that can go there, can go in bridesmaids or wedding, I pin it there. So that's something that I do and I use. And someone that's going to find your long nails board may not find your press on nails board. So it's okay. Like, I mean, sometimes I was so worried that it was going to be overpowering and overbearing to someone to like constantly get bombarded with my designs, but I've seen the same ones by so many people, and that actually makes me want to find out who it's from even more, you know? So it's okay. So remember, number one thing is Tailwind app and to have a whole bunch of boards. So that's Pinterest, and it does take a little bit of time, but if you plan it on the Tailwind app, it's just like a planning service. You get to schedule them, they go out without you thinking about it. It's just I do recommend batching it. So say like on the weekend, on a Saturday, Sunday, or if you do this full time, if it's a Monday's your batching day. So you spend a couple hours, an hour if that's all you have, 30 minutes if that's all you have, batching your content so that throughout the week it's all ready to go. And honestly, if you spend a couple hours, you can do like a month's worth of pins if you wanted to. So I'm gonna get back on that, but I will show you guys what my Pinterest looks like right now. I still believe that I get like let's see if it'll load. It'll sign in. I think I get like 300,000 monthly views right now, but at one point it was at over 1 million. So I think that I'm just going to start back up, send everything to my website, and that's a really good lead. And I have gotten customers who will message me saying, hey, I found you on Pinterest, or Pinterest led me to your shop. So it is a very good tool, and everyone, it's like a search engine too. A lot of people, me myself included, I go to Pinterest whenever I want to find anything. So that's a really good tool. And another thing, you guys remember that you can always pin. It doesn't have to be your listing. For example, I pinned a whole bunch of like 10 summer nails, and it was like more like a flyer, and then I led them to like my summer collection. So you guys, you can think outside the box. It doesn't necessarily have to be a picture or the product that you're selling. If you have a blog post, link them to your blog post, things like that. So think outside the box. All of it's going to be engagement to your website. Okay, so with Facebook, I have it set so that every single time I post on Instagram, it automatically posts on Facebook. So I don't do anything extra. I don't post separately on Facebook for the most part. I do have it linked to my business account. So that is something that it kind of keeps it up to date, because when I'm good at Instagram and I'm consistent, then I'm posting every single day, and that just results in me posting every single day on Facebook. So I get very low engagement there. I know that a lot of people have really good engagement, a lot of luck with Facebook. That just hasn't been the case with me. Next up, let's talk about YouTube. So YouTube is something that we started. I was looking at it. We started like 7 months ago, which is insane because we have not been consistent with it. We have been consistent recently, like the past like week and a half, or like, I guess when you guys see this, maybe like a month. But it just was such a hectic time when we started filming, and then we continued filming, but there was just no time to edit. There was just that much of like work and nails that had to be done that we just couldn't justify like putting in the time to edit, because it was something new. Hubby was the one doing it. I had to input my aesthetic into it. So it would require both of us to stop whatever it was that we're doing for nails in order to get these videos out. But now looking back at it, I wish we had put in some time. But it's okay. We're doing it now. And to be honest, like, I don't know where we had the time. We were getting 4 hours of sleep a day at that point, and it was just too crazy. There was no work-life balance, and we would have gotten no sleep if we added on top of that to edit for YouTube. But now that we're seeing growth in a relatively short amount of time. Currently, we're posting about 3 times a week, and that has been working very well for us. Just Ideally, I would like to post a bit more, especially when you're starting off. I feel like you never know what video is going to get you engagement, and little by little, it is helping you grow. But I would like to post more. The only thing is the editing part. So hubby is the one that edits everything for us. So I'm so grateful that he did that. I wouldn't know where to start. I mean, if I had to, I would figure it out. I would go to YouTube and I would Google everything, and and whatever takes them like 2-3 hours might have taken me 6 to start. But I guess I could have figured it out, but I'm so glad I didn't have to spend that time to figure it out, because he actually was interested in it and he was the one that took the initiative on all of these edits. But we want to make sure that we have enough content for you guys to ensure the 3 a week. And by doing that, if we ever have any extras, we will. But currently, 3 is enough for us. Just to ensure we have a little bit of a buffer, we usually have about a week's worth, or maybe like 2 extra videos already done, so that we don't have to worry about it as much. But YouTube is amazing. I can't speak to it that much because, like I said, we have 7 months, and we have recently seen a lot of growth with us being consistent, but we don't really have years and years of experience, or like 100 videos out where I could tell you guys like do this and do that, because we're still learning. So we still don't even know if we should post in the morning, in the afternoon, if it's better at night, if we should tell you guys ahead of time. So there's a lot that we're still learning. The thumbnails, what catches people's attention. But I could do an updated version once we figure it out, once we grow a little bit more, and just let you guys know dates and timelines of everything. Now I'm going to move on to TikTok. So I will put up my TikTok right here. And TikTok has been something that has helped us so much. I don't necessarily know if it correlates with sales as much, just because my prices are a little bit on the higher end side, I feel. So with TikTok, I have seen that there is a younger generation that is on there, so they're obviously looking for a lower price point. At least that's what I have found on my platform. So at first I did have cheaper options, which are our basic sets, which start at $20. However, any design usually was like like 45 up. And that is mainly the comments that I get is it's really expensive, it's too pricey. And I do get that on Instagram as well, but I feel like I would get it even more here. And the error that I did was not listening to them and hubby sooner to make like a collection that was, for example, one accent nail and the rest are just one color. And so that way the price point would be lower, 25, 30, 35 starting at, which is what I have now. And I actually have the link on TikTok going straight to the 35 and under tab. So that way it can possibly ensure a bit more sales for us. However, I have seen a lot of growth and the amount of people that follow us and engage with our content. So I will show you guys here just a picture of how we have grown. But we have had a couple videos go viral on TikTok, and the things that do really well on TikTok for us at least are like ASMR videos. I have these like put on videos, those do really well. The one that we have that is the highest amount of views, which I believe was like 14.1 million views, is like a put on video for a design called falling leaves or something like that. Like I'll post it here, but that one got the most amount of views I have ever had, so it went extremely viral. And the thing with TikTok is you never know, because I've posted so many of those same exact style of videos, and those haven't gone as viral or haven't gone viral at all. So what I do is I post 7 to 10 times a day, 7 to 10 videos a day. And I know what you're thinking, that is insane, that is way too much. And that's what I thought. When I first wanted to get into TikTok, it was probably like March or May of last year. And the reason I didn't do it, I think I posted 1 or 2 videos and then I stopped, was because it seemed so complicated. I don't know why. Now I look back at it, I'm like, it's super easy. But TikTok just put me off from it. I felt like I could never get it. It was so complicated. I couldn't even get like the music in the right place. If I wanted to type, I didn't know how to like make the words come up in a certain section of the video and then disappear in another section. And then I felt like I wasn't getting views, but then again, that was my own fault because I wasn't getting views of like 1 video or 2 videos that I had posted. And they were like not even consecutive. It was like 1 this month and 1 in like 2 weeks or 1 in 2 more months. So it was really on me. But it's just, and I do this a lot with a lot of things. I get it in my head that it's too complicated, that I can't learn it, and then I don't put in the effort. But then once I finally put in the effort and start being consistent, I don't always hit the 7 to 10 videos, but I do try to at least do 3 a day. I have seen the most engagement when I do in between 5 to 10, 7 to 10 videos a day. Now, I know that that may seem like a lot, but honestly, you can get so many videos in a single day. They're very quick. You can do like time lapses. It's just whatever you're doing on a day-to-day life. So I will, as I'm talking, you guys would have seen some examples here. And as you can see, it's just time lapses. It's like cutting decals. Some are designs, some are put on videos. So now you guys have heard me constantly say it. I bet you guys are so annoyed already, where I tell you guys that I am making content for TikTok and that I'm gonna make content for TikTok. I have new designs and now I have to make the videos. So I just assume that that's part of it. If I don't have the time, I won't do it. I won't do the content or the pictures for the new designs until I can set aside that time. And it does take a long time, but it pays off in the long run because now with let's say 10 new designs, I have about 20 to 30 videos in my drafts on TikTok, all in like 1 or 2 hours. So yeah, it's just time lapses. It's just your day to day. And that's the hard part, was that I thought I had to do something super specific to just TikTok and like disrupt my flow in the day. And so in my brain, I was like, I don't have enough time for Instagram, for TikTok, for everything, for YouTube. But honestly, it's a lot of the same content and repurposed content, so it works out. So yeah, just do your day to day. Like for example, if my day includes cutting decals, I'll cut the decals and I'll do a quick TikTok. Sometimes from the same batch of decals that we're cutting, I can get 2 or 3 videos of those of cutting, and I just spread them out. I don't just post them back to back to back. If I'm making a whole bunch of sets, if I'm finishing those designs, say I'm finishing 3, I record minimum of 3 videos for those designs. But sometimes I can get, depending on what it is I'm doing, I can get double that of that same task that I'm doing, and it takes me just a couple extra seconds to make sure I get the clips and to remember. Sometimes I have drafts that I forgot that I was doing it, and so I didn't finish the video, but if I remember, then I have the content. So just do that, and just do research too for everything that I'm telling you guys need to do your research. So when I finally was like, okay, let me do this TikTok stuff, I went to a lot of different nail tech TikToks, or like press on nail TikToks, or there weren't that many. So then I went to just the hashtag small business, and I saw what it was that they were doing just to get ideas. A lot of them were packaging videos, a lot of them were pack this order, a lot of them showed the invoice, others didn't. It was like, these are the items that I sell, this is my day to day, things like that. And I just got ideas. At first I had a notes section on my phone where I would just write down, these are my TikTok ideas. Now it just becomes second nature, and I usually have about 100 drafts at a time, sometimes more. So I just pick from those at random ones, 7 to 10 a day. And every single time that I have new designs, then that's where I get the majority of my TikToks. And then I make sure that I record on a daily basis if I can what I'm doing. So those are my tips with TikTok. And if you're a business that have a lower price point or a lower ticketed item, then I feel like TikTok would be a really good place to drive sales. For me, I have gotten a lot of TikTok sales. It's just not not the same as Instagram for me, at least. But I barely added that 35 and under tab that I was mentioning to you guys. So I will when I do this updated version, then I can let you guys know how that tab did. And another thing that I'm going to recommend to you guys is to have specific codes for specific places so that you can see what your engagement has been, how many sales have gone directly from certain platforms. So if you're doing on Pinterest, in the comment section, you can do a code that's specifically for Pinterest so that you know that those people came from Pinterest. I have a code for returning customers. I have a code for TikTok. I have a code sometimes specific to Instagram. I only gave it to Instagram, things like that, so that you can make sure you can track all of those sales and see what works out better for you, which platform does better. And maybe you could spend a little bit more time on that particular platform because you know that platform drives sales to you. And lastly, well, second to last, we will talk about Instagram. Instagram was the very first app that I used, and the one that I use the most. Now, I'm not happy with what Instagram is doing and the updates that they're doing and constantly changing it up. And it's gotten so much harder to be able to grow on TikTok. For the longest time, I knew what I had to do in order to grow and to continue to grow and continue to drive sales to my website. And for the longest, Instagram was the #1 channel that would drive sales. But now it has died down so much, and it's a lot harder, and it takes a lot more effort for me to get those, even just my followers to view my content. Not even new people anymore, just my followers. So it has gotten a little bit frustrating, which is why I had left it for a couple months, which is bad. Don't do that. Even if you are so frustrated and you are like disappointed and just feel down, and you're like, forget about it, I'm not even getting sales from it, I'm not even getting people, no one's watching, no one's liking, do not do what I did. Continue to post even when you feel like no one is watching, because it's 10 times worse when you stop for a month or two and then you try to come back. It's like growing an account from zero all over again. It's so hard. So make sure you do not do that. Even if it's every other day that you post instead of every day, but stay consistent, stay active, be present in your followers' feed. It has gone a lot harder for your followers to see you. However, the #1 tip I'm going to give you for Instagram currently is going to be to use the Reels feature. And you can repurpose your TikTok content. Just do not like just download it anymore, because Instagram doesn't like the TikTok watermark on their platform, and it won't give you as many views. However, there is this app, I will put it over here, it's called Save Talk, and it's super easy. All you do is copy the link from your TikTok, you paste it there, and then you will be able to download it, and it's completely free. There are ads on it, but they don't take that long. They take maybe 5 seconds, and then you're able, like, you have it in your camera roll, and then you're able to repurpose it onto Instagram. So just use that app, repurpose a lot of your TikToks so that you don't have to just do specific content for each platform, and that'll really help you grow right now. I have noticed that longer videos, like maybe 30-second videos, do a lot better on Instagram, whereas on TikTok, shorter videos, unless you're teaching something, do very well. So a lot of my videos on TikTok are like 13 seconds, and what you can do is go to your insights and see what the watch time is. At first I thought I had to get the 15 seconds, so all my videos were the 15 seconds. Then a YouTuber a video that I watched on TikTok let me know, like, hey, go to your watch time and make it shorter. So I went to my watch time, and a lot of my videos were getting like 13-second views, 10-second views. That was the average watch time. So I started making my videos about anywhere from 10 to 13 seconds long. I wouldn't take the whole 15, and that really helped my views and engagement and getting on the For You page. But now that I'm doing a lot more reels, I am posting 2 reels a day right now, and 1 just regular post on Instagram. Before, I used to just make sure that I posted every single day, but since I was just not active for a month or 2 on Instagram, I'm trying to kind of get my engagement up faster. So that's why I am doing 2 reels and 1 post a day. However, if you want to just slowly get it up again, you can just do 1 post a day or 1 post every other day. Just make sure you're active on your stories every day, because if someone new is watching you, they can click on your stories, see everything. If they just kind of see your handle anywhere for whatever reason, a reel, a post that Instagram is driving, someone shares it, then the very first thing they're going to do is go look at your stories if you have any stories. So always make sure that you have something you're sharing on your stories, even if you didn't post that day. That is what I would recommend you guys do. But yeah, Instagram has been the platform that has driven so many sales, so many customers, so many new eyes. And now I am kind of trying to just get back on it and trying to quote unquote beat the algorithm a little bit. But it is a lot harder and there isn't as much engagement. But just in being consistent, 2 days as of filming this video, I've already seen a whole bunch of engagement, not to new followers, but the current followers that I do have are finally seeing my posts. Whereas before, to give you guys an example, I used to get about 10,000 views on my stories. Now I only get about 1,000 to 2,000. With the reels that I've been posting, it's been anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 on my post, on my stories. And on my posts, I used to get a lot of engagement, a lot, and now it's very low. So it's just gonna take time, but the reels have definitely been helping, because if my post was only being shown to about 1,000 to 2,000 of my followers, the reels is being shown and people are interacting with it, my own followers, about 30,000 or more a day. So that is amazing. I'm super excited to see the growth on that again and to try and just get it back up somehow. Do everything I can to get it up. And that is what it's all about. Do not get frustrated. Just keep doing it. Just keep going. Just keep posting. Keep switching it up. Trying to find new ways. Like, for example, for me, I'll switch the background. I'll switch how I take my photos. I'll switch the time that I'm posting. I'll switch the content that I'm posting. If I've been posting a whole bunch of box pictures and those haven't been doing well, then I'll post just hand pictures, and then I'll post like carousel photos, and I'll try to gauge what is doing better and then start posting more of that. And when I say change it up, don't change it all up at the same time, because then you won't know what performed the best or you'll have a harder time. So just maybe switch something up, like leave it for a week, see how that does, and then kind of take it back and switch something else. So that is what I've been doing with Instagram. And then next up is, or lastly, I should say, is email marketing. So email marketing is big. So you're always going to want to have a newsletter sign up on your website. So that's the very first thing. Like I would recommend after a couple seconds of them being on your website, and you can always format this. Again, if you guys want a separate video on Klaviyo, which is the email marketing service that I use, then let me know and I will definitely film that for you guys. But on Klaviyo, you can you design your newsletter pop-up with it so that it has your brand colors and it has any information that you would like. If you want to collect just their name and their email, if you would like to collect their name, email, and birthday, if you like to collect their phone number as well. So you can just choose whichever one you would prefer. And then it also lets you pick how many seconds to after they have gone to your website, how many seconds it'll pop up. I definitely recommend that you wait a couple seconds, because if you bombard them right away, it may put them off and they might click away. So I recommend, I think it's like 5 seconds. I recommend you wait a little so that way they have a little bit of time to scroll, they see what your product is about, and then it won't annoy them as much when something pops up and they're trying to look at your products. So that is definitely what I recommend to you guys with the pop-up. But like I mentioned, I use Klaviyo, and Klaviyo is paid. There is a free version, but it just depends on how many subscribers you have. As you get more and more subscribers to your newsletter, it's gonna start costing you more and more. However, because of the analytics, and I can show you guys here, I get my money's worth out of Klaviyo every single month, because there is flows that are set up, that's what they call them, which are automatic emails based on whatever triggers it. So for example, I have welcome series that gives them the code for signing up. I have customer win back, or once they ordered something, it will give them a code to order again or to review. Whenever they leave something in cart, it will send them a reminder, hey, you left this in cart. After I think 2 or 3 days, it'll tell them, hey, here's a coupon code, last chance to get your items in your cart before it's like the cart goes away or nothing's saved anymore. Those are just the ones that I can think of, but I have so many just automatic ones. So even if I can't get to sending a blast email at any given week, I know that I'm still getting my money's worth because I have those automated flows and triggers so that emails are going out and I'm getting my money's worth every single week / month. Now, the next step to that is to making sure that you send out emails. You already did the work to get these emails, to get people to sign up. Now you have to use them. So Klaviyo, I use Klaviyo in conjunction with Canva to make my templates, or part of my templates, for my email, my blast emails. And the things that I send on my emails are things like, here are the new designs, here is like a flash sale. When I had my app, then I let them know that I had my app, just anything new in my store. And now I also include like YouTube and different things like that. If I restocked anything, if I added any new product like the mystery boxes, the starter kits, things like that, then I will send extra emails. Typically, I send a minimum of 1 email a week, but sometimes closer to 3 emails a week. It just depends on how much I want to let them know of new things that happened that week. And a lot of my emails have done really good. And Klaviyo is really easy. You can check and see how your campaigns did, your blast emails. It'll tell you how many people purchased, what was your revenue, just from directly correlated to that email that you sent. So that's amazing. And it gives you feedback right away. It also lets you schedule emails. So say you wanted to batch one weekend, like a whole month's worth of emails, then you're able to do that very, very easily. It also lets you choose kind of what works for you and your followers or your email subscribers. So for example, at first, when I first started, I would pick different time frames until I kind of got an idea of what my subscribers like the best. Now for me, I select Smart Send between 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. That is what I have been the most successful with. So that is what I have been the most successful with for like the time frames to send my emails. but it's all a learning process, and what works for me may not work for you. So it is a lot. When I hear myself talk, it is a lot. But a lot of it, like I said, is repurposed content. So it gets slowly, you get faster and faster at doing this, and it doesn't get as overwhelming. So for example, if I have a flash sale, I'm trying to let my customers know about new designs. I will create a flyer in Canva. I will resize it, and I will use that same flyer for Instagram, for my email marketing, for what other place would I use it? Sometimes even for TikTok if I put it in a video. And so that way I repurpose the same content that I took the time to make. I just make that one flyer. I will show you guys an example here. I will use it for multiple social media platforms. So that way it's not as overwhelming, and I'm not creating something specific for every single platform. So I hope this helps. I hope you guys learned a lot. I know it's a lot of information. I hope I didn't bore you guys too much. I also hope that I made sense. If you guys have any questions, you guys have any doubts, or if anything, need any clarification on what I let you guys know about, then definitely leave it in the comments below. And depending on how many questions there are, I can probably do a separate video about it, or I can try and answer your questions down below. But with that, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys want more of these story time tips, tricks types of videos. I could definitely do that for you guys. But with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.